The following is a special presentation of iRacing on LSRTV, your home for sim racing.
High above the Langley Speedway, we say good evening, sim racing fans, and welcome to those of you watching with us tonight on YouTube and iRacing Live. This is season number 2 of the Bootleg Racing League Outlaw Modified Series, right here on your home for sim racing, LSRTV. Cisco Scaramuza and Gabriel Wood here to bring you all the action here, and we'll be here along with you for the season. Gabe, of course, got some market dates coming up, but I'll be along with you here, along with a collection between Randy, myself, and plenty of others here to bring you all the modified action here from the Bootleg Racing League. But Gabe, season 2 coming into tonight. Stefan Alphonse walked away with the season championship, but it's a brand new ball game here at Langley, and time to go racing once again.
Yep, and how quickly fortunes can change here at the Outlaw Modified Tour, because it looked like J.R. Shepard and maybe Donnie Moore were going to run away with the championship in the early parts of the year. But then Stefan Alphonse, the Austrian, he came on quickly at the second half of the year, ended up walking away with the championship. So I'm looking to see either him repeat again for a championship or to see Donnie Moore, because he was coming on strong at the end of last season.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree, Gabe, and we're going to be definitely keeping an eye on them here towards the season's onset. But another season here, 11 races coming up, same as we did last year. A variety of different tracks that we're going to be going to, including the usual places. We got our Sobos mixed in with, of course, right here at Langley, but plenty of other races going on. And the full schedule, of course, is on their website at bootlegracingleague.com, but plenty of racing to come into tonight. And the rules, not really a whole lot's changed. And, of course, those unique starting parameters in play once again. We're going off the finish from the last race in season 1 and inverting the top 10 just as we did once before. So once again, back again, if you're kind of finishing mid-pack here in some of these races, it's going to give you the opportunity to be able to start up front here in the next race.
Yeah, but what we saw there, that guys were able to work their way up through the pack. You know, in most of these races, through cautions and stuff like that, it's 100 laps. That's a little bit of time. It's about 30 minutes maybe to get up to the pack. Another driver I want to look for, Cisco, I didn't even notice that he was in here, Matt Shadowski. You know, he's practiced about a tenth and a half off right now. But when he came on strong at about the same time as Stefan Alphonse, he had some tough luck at the beginning of the year, and he came back into points. I want to look for that 00, a number near and dear to my heart. Look for him to move up toward the front of the pack.
Yeah, of course, you're looking for the 00. I'm actually looking at the 44 of Jay Harned. He's a brand new driver to this series, and going to be looking to see what the 44 is going to be able to do. He's going to, of course, start shotgun on the field here, so he's going to have a little bit of a disadvantage there, but let's see what some new blood here in the Bootleg Racing League is able to do here with just about 30 seconds left in the session. And talk a little bit about this Langley Speedway out in Virginia, of course, and another one of these tracks that sees plenty of action during the regular season with the Whalen All-American Series, but out in Hampton, Virginia, and .395 mile oval. It was built way back in 1950, only 6 degrees of banking, so a fairly flat track here. So, of course, you know, your traditional modified racing, of course, on tap here tonight.
Yep, and if anybody's going to make a pass, it's going to have to be on the bottom. No chances of making it work on the outside lane unless you're on a restart and that guy on the bottom gets a bad start. But we're going to see those Nerf bars on the front of these these SK Modifieds. They're going to get torn up, but that's just to be expected here at Langley.
Yeah, absolutely. And as we head to your starting grid right now, we'll run you through your starting grid here from the Langley Speedway as we get set to bring you race number 1 on the season.
Starting on the pole, Charlie Kuzma in the number 16 machine. John Holcomb starting outside row number 1. Mike Allen in 3rd. Lowell Jewell in 4th. And Mike Holloway rounds out your top 5. Donnie Moore in 6th. J.R. Shepard in 7th. And it's going to be Stefan Alphonse in 8th. So your championship 3, basically top 3 in the championship from a couple weeks ago, going to line up 6th, 7th, and 8th respectively. Brian Dean in 9th, and Todd Liston rounds out your top 10.
Then you got Kenny Kibbe going to start 11th, 12th going to go to Matt Chinoski, 13th going to go to John Hain, 14th going to go to Eric Nordhoff. Greg Stafford going to start 15th, Jay Harned going to start 16th, and that'll round out your 16-car field here from Langley. And as the cars get ready to roll off, and gonna have 2 pace laps, of course. This is a short oval, so we do get 2 pace laps, but after that we're gonna be heading straight for the green flag. The modifieds begin to roll away here as we get set to start off our 2018 season number 2, as right now we watch Charlie Kuzma lead everybody around the track here. And initial thoughts here, Gabe, what are you expecting to see here as we kick off?
Well, last year we saw a lot of cautions in the early part of the year. I expect to see about the same thing. We did have a little bit higher of a car count, but I think these guys are going to get used to racing around each other like they did last year, and they're going to come out strong here at Langley. So that's going to be one thing to look forward to, is maybe these guys getting a little bit more comfortable throughout the year. It's the same group of guys, but it just takes a little while for everybody to find their place in the young season. You can think about a quick turnaround like a season like this. We just ended the championship 2 weeks ago, and Stefan Alphonse and J.R. Shepard, they get to fight out for the championship right back again this week.
Yeah, absolutely, and the looks like the destination that we always go when we like to start these Bootleg Racing League Outlaw Modified Series. Once again, back at Langley. We'll be back at Langley again for Season 3, and we've already been here for Season 1, but that's Langley's story, and the pace car is going to be heading in. Green flag is in the air. We're green for 100 laps.
Kuzma dives it into turn number 1 using a little bit of that apron to get the car to turn, but here comes John Holcomb on the outside lane. Does he prove me wrong? We're trying to work that top side in that number 69 machine, that Planner's Peanut Man. Trying to make it work on the top side, not going to happen. Kuzma is going to lead lap number 1. Now, does Holcomb have any opportunity to jump down to the bottom? He's got Mike Allen in the 59 machine, who also came on strong at the end of last season. They're going to single file out there for the top 3 positions now. Mike Holloway and Donnie Moore, they're fighting it out for 4th. Yes, it's Donnie Moore in the 26 machine. He's on the outside. Mike Holloway moves up into 4th.
Yeah, great breakout early for your top 4, and now 6 as the 98 going to be able to clear. That's J.R. Shepard going to be able to clear Donnie Moore, that 26. The Irwin Tools entry falls back to that 6th position. Up the track goes Stefan Alphonse. Brian Dean going to slide in underneath, but not quite. Alphonse going to try and fight back on the outside. Not going to be able to do a whole lot. Gets in the wall there. 2 tires, but able to hold on to it. And Alphonse not having a good night early in Virginia.
Speaking of Virginia, this is kind of a coincidence here. We're running Langley this weekend. I believe Langley Speedway opens this weekend, so a little bit of a...
yeah, Denny Hamlin's race going to go on there, but the 75, yep. He'll head to the infield. That's John Hain, but he's able to hold on to it, and we'll fall back down the order back to 14th. But the 75 able to hold on to it. The Budweiser entry, no caution, stay green here. 8 laps complete.
Beerman taking a little bit of an excursion there in turn number 1. He turns it into a lawnmower, keeps it going. And he's going to ride in the 14th position, right in front of Todd Liston. Top 3, top 4, top 5 remain unchanged here so far. They're riding nose to tail. Already good green flag racing here in the first part of this race. I believe it's longer than we went last season here at Langley for the first green flag stretch. So these guys doing a great job. Looks like we're going to have a battle there for the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th position, because they're all nose to tail.
Yeah, they are, and kind of starting to get a little bit checked up behind John Holcomb, the 69 car, but he'll catch up to Kuzma, so that the freight train's starting to form. The question is, are they going to be able to move anybody to that outside line, Gabe? You talked about that you're going to have to drive and make passes on the bottom, and that's where you're really going to make your living here at Langley. So these guys probably going to have to use the bumpers at some point, or the bumper bars, I should say, and maybe try and get to the inside or dive it in on that curb. It's so dangerous to do so, though.
Yep, with these modified, there's a reason that there's a steel bar on the front and a steel girder on the back of these things. They were meant to push, and they were meant to beat and bang here. They may be open-wheel cars, but they do not race like them. But you just got to be careful, like we saw with Stefan Alfons. You get up into that outside wall, or you door bang off of somebody, those tires get messed up. Now, I will say we saw a lot last year that maybe these cars aren't as sensitive as they used to be, because guys were banging them off the outside wall, like you just saw with the 13 machine, riding up 2 wheels, and some of them still went on to win races.
Yeah, no, it's definitely, these cars can take a little bit of punishment. And speaking of Stefan Alfons, that 13 Superflow entry still looking fairly racy, not quite as spry as it was beforehand, but definitely that car still looking fairly stout early on. So keep an eye on that driver of Stefan Alfons, still looking to do a little bit more here as the race goes on. Lap 15 in the books here, so already clicking through almost to our 5th of the way point.
Charlie Kuzma continuing to try and pull away from the 69 machine to John Holcomb. He's slowly just starting to lose a little bit of time here. He dives it off into the corner, but the problem is the 16 machine's running a really tight, pretty line, and he's just pulling him off the corner. He caught him by about a 10th that time, so maybe that 16 is starting to get reeled in, but you just got to watch your tires too, because we saw that was almost the winning move for J.R. Shepherd championship night a couple of weeks ago, whenever Stefan Alfons claimed the championship for last season, because he saved his tires that entire race and moved up into the top 2 by the end of the race. So, you know, these modifieds, you do have to save your tires a little bit. It's not like every other short track car where you can basically beat the mess out of it for 100 laps. You have to start trying to conserve.
Beat the tar out of it? Is that the word you were looking for, or other words, something along those lines?
Am I getting lectured about my my vocabulary from a Yankee?
Yes, you are. But as we head through turns 2 that time, and Charlie Kuzma starting to feel the heat a little bit from the Planters entry, and I wonder if those are spiced up peanuts there in that 69 car, because he's starting to mix it up a little bit and see if he starts getting to that back bumper, and only going to be a matter of time as he gets a little bit loose actually, so not quite working out there, and that'll stack everybody up down to the inside. The 98, J.R. Shepherd going to take advantage of that checkup and jump to the inside of that red and white car. That's Mike Holloway, the 31, and Holloway slight tap there, but lost his place in line, and that means one thing, Gabe: the freight train is in session.
Choo-choo, all aboard. One person on board. It's going to be the 31 machine of Mike Holloway, getting absolutely railroaded around Langley Speedway, so maybe he can find a spot, but it's not going to be till he gets outside the top 5. Now the 23 of Brian Dean, he moves to the inside. That's going to be for your 7th
he got on the
position.
wall. 31 got the piece of the wall there, Gabe.
Yep, and that's a quick exit to the caboose of this little train here. So the 31 machine is going to move to the back of this 7-car train. I think we need to talk about, stop talking about trains here. But that does start to open up the lead just a little bit. These guys had to race there. That opened up about a 0.3 of a second gap between he and Mike Allen. And John Holcomb, he's now starting to lose a lot of time to Charlie Kuzma.
Yeah, and Allen, meanwhile, all over the rear girder, as you called it, of the 69 of Holcomb. And at that point, as I'm looking from the right front camera at the 69, well, certainly I'm not sure if Mike Allen's going to be taking that advice, because he's actually right on the back bumper of John Holcomb, so we'll just have to see about that. But up the track a little bit, you can see Holcomb not quite on the same bottom side as, actually, no, now he's back down there. Gabe, do you think at some point you're going to see these drivers kind of go up the track, not a whole lane, but just scooch up off the yellow line, or you seeing these guys, a lot of them just kind of riding that bottom line?
I can see it. You know, you start getting a little tight there on the bottom, especially getting loose. You know, at least through the middle of the corner, because you know you start laying rubber down. The car just wants to turn a lot more than it needs to. Like J.R. Shepherd in the 98, he just got loose there on exit. But you'll maybe start seeing guys, maybe that run that line Mike Allen's running, just stay right there, maybe about half a lane up. Now, you know, these tires get worn. You cannot run on that apron anymore, so that might be the contributing factor that we see these guys get a little bit higher on the racetrack. Moving back through your pack just a little bit, want to update you guys outside the top 10. You know, Matt Shanoski, he started 12th. He's up to 10th. 16th place starter, Jay Harn. You talked about him in pre-race. Hadn't been able to make up a lot of positions, but he is running in 11th. Eric Nordhoff right behind him. So a couple of guys making their way up to the field. John Hain, we saw him earlier. He moves now from 14th down to 13th. Todd Liston and Greg Stafford are 14th and 15th.
Yeah, the Mobile One entry, that 44, looking decent right now. Not quite, I think, as much as far forward as he wants to be, but he's only one position away, Gabe, from being able to start on pole in the next race. So, I mean, that might just be kind of the goal for the 44, you know, get to that 10th place spot. And, I mean, at this point, there's such a gap between Shanoski and Alphonse, your 9th and 10th place car. I'm not sure if you're the 44, the 22, or even the 00, you're going to be able to make that gap up in time. You might just have to settle and hope that pole position works out for you when you go to Oxford Plains for race number 2.
Oxford, another one of those racetracks that it's got some banking to it, but it's so tight, and there's not really a straightaway, so you're constantly turning. It's a very hard racetrack to pass. It's a very hard racetrack to also get in a rhythm because you're just always turning. It's a very interesting track here on the iRacing service, and it's one of the original ones. And I know a lot of guys, whenever they hear Oxford Plains on the schedule, they kind of a little bit of a groan. But, you know, I think we all secretly love Oxford.
And the dirt mounds that are in the infield as well. But
yeah, that's always fun during practice.
Yes, it is. But that's next week. This is this week. And right now, skiing spaced out a little bit is your top 4. You see them all on screen. And looking back through your field, it's basically one long train. As actually Shanoski going to get shuffled up on a line. And he goes from 10th to 12th. And Jay Harn is going to be able to take over that 10th place position here. Great job for him so far.
Doing a good job, moves up into the top 10 in his debut.
Looking back through, it's kind of calm right now, you'd think, Gabe. It's a little calmer than I thought.
Yeah, this actually might be one of those races we might go caution-free. I don't think we've gone caution-free here on LSRTV with the Outlaw Modified Tour. These guys are spaced out. They're racing really well. There's 15 cars on the track. Lowell Jewell in the number 5 machine did not make the start. Unfortunately, he did not compete in tonight's race, but these guys are racing really, really clean.
Yeah, they are. I think we had a pair of races that did go caution-free here on LSR, but last season. But no, it's definitely been kind of we've been waiting to see it again here, and these guys doing an excellent job right now. And Kuzma leading the way. We're not quite seeing the accordion effect that we saw earlier, though it's starting to come back again. But remember, he had that huge gap, Gabe, earlier in the race, but Holcomb right back to his back bumper, and the 69 Planters machine back into this fight for the lead.
Yeah, and if he stays behind him for long enough, John is not going to want to stay behind him. I think once you kind of realize that you're faster than the car in front of you, right now it's kind of, you know, like I said earlier, the race isn't really clean because he catches him and then the 16 pulls away. He catches him, 16 pulls away. So it's a little bit of an accordion effect. But at the end of the race, you know, about lap 75, if you catch him and you think that you're faster than him, and you're running a consistent line, which right now the 69 is not running. I think he's just trying to find speed anywhere on the racetrack he can. But if you start running behind a guy and you're faster than him, you will put that bumper to him as quickly as possible.
Yeah, that's for sure. And right now it's going to be kind of 2 sets of cars battling. It was a battle. Well, it was a battle because Mike Allen was all over the back bumper of Holcomb, but that's kind of gone away. Well, it's still a little bit there, and it checked up, and then it was J.R. Shepard and Donnie Moore going at it, but those pairs have broken up now, and it's all back to one single pack. Here's Allen, got a little bit loose coming off the corner. Slow car on the bottom, 75 of John Hine.
Hey, and I think he was just slowing down to let the rest of the pack go, but that was almost a battle for the 3rd position. And it looks like the 69 machine, he's trying to find some grip in the higher line, Cisco, like we talked about. And it looks like he's really finding it. The problem is that that Mike Allen machine, he keeps putting it into that inside lane, and he starts trying to put it in there. And I think the 69 is either going to shut the door or he's going to be stuck to the outside lane.
Or the 98's going to move him out of line because J.R. Shepard keeps going right to the back bumper of Mike Allen. And just at this point, Allen can't afford to give up that bottom line, because if he gives it up, then it's just going to be a freight train behind him. You're going to have Brian Dean, Mike Holloway, several of these other cars just get past you. So Mike Allen cannot let that car get too loose, Gabe, or else he's going to lose his spot in line and go straight to the back.
And I think Allen's searching for grip here because he's been getting loose the past couple of laps. Well, the problem is J.R. Shepard is beating the back bumper of that car. So, like you said, he doesn't have a lot of wiggle room, and J.R. Shepard keeps moving it to the inside lane. So, you're gonna have to start looking at that there. But the 69 machine again, John Holcomb catching Charlie Kuzma, a little bit of a lap traffic. I think the 69's problem is that once he gets to the back bumper,
car off.
Charlie,
Brian Dean. Not sure what happened to him. Yeah, 23. We'll get a replay and figure out what happened, because he was way in the infield there and
just got loose by himself.
I hate to see that one, Gabe. And replay going to come up right now. And yeah, unfortunately, it looks like, yep, just got loose and into the infield he goes. No barrier there. So and around he goes and into the dirt mounds over there. It's really bumpy down there. Wonder if he damaged a little bit of suspension there. That could be an issue.
Well, the good thing is that the track owners will get their grass cut for free, at least tonight, because John Hayne and Brian Dean, they both took care of it here tonight. But 69 machine, John Holcomb back up front, continuing to battle. They're still nose to tail. But Cisco, the 69 can't go anywhere. He's going to have to put that bumper to him, or, back up his corner entry one of these times and try and get a run on the inside lane.
Yeah, and the 59 keeps hitting that curb, and it keeps shooting the car way up the track. And one of these times, Shepard's going to stick the nose, and he thought about it that time going into turn number 3. Just not happening as we come out of turn number 4, completing lap number 56. We're already past halfway, so quick run through of your grid right now as they run. Charlie Kuzma sitting on top of the board. John Holcomb running second. Mike Allen third. Fourth to J.R. Shepard, and looks like fifth going to be Donnie Moore. Mike Holloway sixth. Seventh going to go to Stefan Alphonse. Kenny Kibbe running 8th and 9th to Jay Harned. And rounding out your top 10 right now, looks like it's the 22 of Eric Nordhoff.
There's again 40 laps to go here at Cisco, and these guys are starting to reel each other in. Your top, looks like 7, yeah, Stefan Alphonse. So Mike Holloway is actually, he's gotten around Stefan Alphonse. We didn't even see that. Holloway was running in the 7th spot.
Yeah, and actually, no, not quite. Might have spoke too soon. Alphonse down to the inside, and he's going to get the pass done on Mike Holloway, so never mind. It's going to be Alphonse back to 6th, and he made that pass just as soon as we thought he had lost that position. So Stefan Alphonse going right back to where he was in 6th, and Charlie Kuzma still having to look out the mirror because, yeah, John Holcomb hasn't gone anywhere quite yet, Gabe.
Yeah, I think it's at that point. I think that's the exact words of the spotter. Where's that 69 machine? He's still there. He hadn't left you yet.
And kind of hunting him down at this point. I mean, Gabe, we're coming up here, 39 laps to go. When do you make that move? Because you got to, do you wait until the last minute? And Holcomb got loose, yeah. But do you wait until that last minute, or do you want to try and make the pass early since it's so hard to pass here?
Well, normally, if we were somewhere like Southern National or maybe even Oxford and these guys were spread out a little bit more, I'd say put the bumper to him in the last 5 or so laps so he doesn't have a chance to come up and hit you again. But here, if you get to move to the outside lane, you're pretty much done. So I'd recommend John Holcomb, if he can catch him again, to just put the bumper to him.
Well, that's what Gabe would do, and gets a little bit loose again. The 69, Mike Allen starting to benefit from that. The gap between the 69 and the 59 closing fast, and Allen looking to see if maybe he can grab that second step on the podium as we complete lap number 64 here, running out of time. Gabe a little bit, meanwhile, loose there for the 98 of J.R. Shepard. He's able to hold on here. You can see him up the track just a little bit. I think he wants to be more on that bottom side, but has a decent gap back to Donnie Moore. And Stefan Alphonse, okay, he's back. We were worried there for a moment. He's still good, though, right now in that 6th position.
Cisco, what would Gabe do is a statement that's said right before something really dumb happens.
What would Gabe do is that what happens right before someone hits the fence, generally?
Yes.
All right, well, I guess we'll have to ditch that segment name. So we're getting rid of that segment name. So I had a new segment dreamed up for this series, but it's in the trash can already after race number 1. So there you go.
Hey, maybe we can bring back Andy for Andy's World.
I don't know. That would equal as many wrecked race cars, if not more, so we'll just stay away from that.
We love you, Kessler.
But 68, lap 68, going to get completed here at the line. And Charlie Kuzma's done a good job of just running consistently. It's not so much he's opened up this gap, Gabe, as the 69's kind of lost time and gotten a little bit too aggressive with that curb.
Yep, and it's not even a curb, it's just the flat there on the bottom. It's just in yellow paint. At least I think so. And, you know, he's just hitting it. And a lot of these guys, they're using it to turn, but danged if you do, danged if you don't, because of, you know, one of these times, it's just going to bobble just a little bit. It's going to be enough for Charlie Kuzma to run away. So 30 laps to go. He's probably going to have about 1 or 2 more shots at it if he can get close again.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm sure some of these drivers are wondering if that line keeps moving up instead of staying placed on the track, because we've seen a couple drivers get a little bit loose, go a little bit too far. So the yellow line jumping out and grabbing them, I guess.
Going to go ahead and run you through your field real quick. Charlie Kuzma and John Holcomb continue to lead. Like we said, Mike Allen in third. J.R. Shepard right behind him. Donnie Moore in the 5th position. Donnie with a brand new paint scheme, looking good on that 26 machine. Stefan Alphonse in 6th. Mike Holloway in 7th. Kenny Kibbe, hadn't talked about him all night. He's having a good run, up from 11th to 8th in that 14 machine. And Jay Harnard in that 9th position. He's moved up another spot. Up from 10th a few laps ago, so Eric Nordhoff moved him down to 10th in that 22 machine. Matt Shinovsky in 11th.
Ooh, car off. It's Mike Allen, 59.
Mike Allen looks like he's going to lose a little bit more time. Looks like he's going to put him back to the 8th position.
Just got loose, it looks like. We're going to take a look at the replay right now.
Exit. Loose on exit. Good job controlling that car. He locked up the brakes as soon as he knew what was going to happen. And he did a really good job. Never really even got sideways, you know, maybe about 30 degrees. It's a good job hanging on to that car.
Yeah, this is, looks like the 69. John Holcomb's going to get a little bit loose right as we come back from the commercial, or the replay. And he's going to fall back to that 3rd position. And JR going to move up to 2nd now.
He just got passed on the outside. Well, these guys proved me wrong.
Well, there you go, and Donnie Moore going to try and make it 2 cars to get by John Holcomb, but Holcomb going to shut the door here, 3/4 of the way through your race already. No cautions still. We've had a couple incidents, but nothing to bring out the caution flag here tonight, and now looks like Donnie Moore's hunting for that bottom side and trying to get the 16 and take that away from the 69 to Holcomb, and that car didn't look too terribly happy up on the top side and still doesn't look very good right now.
So can J.R. Shepard reel in Charlie Kuzma? It looks like he's got the car to do it. They lost a little bit of time having to pass the 69 machine. Gap that time by, down by about 1/100.
Ooh, we got a little bit loose there.
Yep, happening again. That that Motorcraft Quick Lane 98 machine. He's trying to get something started here. Car getting tight. See if he gained any time that time by. He lost 1/1000th of a second. So these guys running exact same lap times here with 20 laps to go.
So it's really going to come down, Gabe, to a battle of who makes a mistake. Is it going to be J.R. Shepard, the flawless comeback? Or is Charlie Kuzma going to be able to hold on and just run consistently as he's done for a majority of this race?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to look through here. I was trying to look through here. I couldn't really hear your question. Can you repeat that?
Well, I'm just saying this is going to be a battle of consistency. You know, who's going to make the mistake first? Both these drivers, you know, kind of on the same pace, but J.R. Shepard's been a little bit faster, but he cannot make a mistake from here on out. Gabe can't get loose again because he's run out of time. 16 laps to go now.
Yep, sorry about that. I was looking through the field at some of the guys outside. Looks like Jay Harnett actually moved up into 8th now. That's what I was watching. But Charlie Kuzma, okay, what I'm seeing here, I think Charlie and JR and John Holcomb are about the same pace. JR and John Holcomb especially. Problem is, I think JR has got a little bit more control on the car, and once he gets to that back bumper, which he's 1 car length away, I think he's going to just automatically put the bumper to him. Uses that inside lane, he's right there. with 15 laps to go next time.
Yeah, 15 to go here in the 16. He's going to be able to hold on to it. And Shepard is there, though, Gabe, and it's got to be go time. There it is. There's the first one. Of course, we got to interpret the Morse code here. First tap means hello. Second tap means I'm here. Third tap means I'm going by you.
Well, at least it's not Earnhardt behind him. The first tap was get out of the way. Second one is you're in the infield.
That's fair, but we may just have to see if it goes that way, Gabe. We've seen a couple cars go in the infield already off their own car. If J.R. Shepard helps around Charlie Kuzma, I'm not sure that's going to go over well.
And look at the line that J.R. Shepard's running. He's running a little bit high through 3 and 1. And he's diamonding it down. He's driving off straight through 4 and off of 2. Look at the line he's running. This is what I was talking about earlier. Trying to get as much of a run as you can and just diving it down to the inside if you've got any sort of momentum. It looks like it's working for J.R. Shepard. The problem is he's running out of time, closing in on 10 laps to go.
Yeah, going to be 11 laps to go here at the start-finish line. And J.R. Shepard, at this point, you got to turn on everything you got. You can't wait any longer because it's going to be 10 laps to go at the line. Meanwhile, there's a battle for third as well, and it's John Holcomb and Donnie Moore in their own kind of area, and Stefan Alfon's under threat from Mike Holloway. That position could change again, and ooh, it's going to be close there. Alfon's trying to make sure he doesn't get trapped on the outside.
Can J.R. Shepard? He's right there to the back bumper. This could be the move. We're going to look. Nope, doesn't do it. I think J.R. Shepard wants to do this clean, or at least he wants to at the moment. 10 laps to go right now. Lap number 91. This time by these guys battling hard, still single file. I think once J.R. Shepard was able to get past John Holcomb, that actually opened up your top 5, top 10, because these guys are starting to spread each other out. You know, guys like Donnie Moore, they're still racing John Holcomb, but then Mike Holloway, he's back in 5th, and Stefan Alfon's in 6th. Here comes, he's going to go to the apron, both of them. Charlie Kuzma wants this win bad, and I think J.R. Shepard, his only option now is going to be the bumper. I don't think he's going to have a good enough run. He's going to have one more shot at it here.
6 laps to go, and it's J.R. Shepard at this point going to have to make good on this pass, or else he's not going to have enough time. Got a little bit loose out of turn number 2, and as they come to the line with 5 to go, Charlie Kuzma's got to hold on with everything he's got.
Kuzma starting to pull away here, but does J.R. Shepard have enough for one more attack here? 5 laps to go. This time by, update you on a couple of guys back there. Donnie Moore in 4th, Holloway in 5th, Stefan Alfon's up to 6th, Kenny Kibbe in 7th, Eric Nordhoff in the 8th position. So I believe Brian Dean actually lost it there in the 23 machine, so he moves back to the 11th spot. So that's what was that shakeup there inside the top 10. But Jay Harder, great debut for him in the 8th position here. So we're going to come to 4 laps to go this time, 3 to go at the line. Another shot for J.R. Shepard. He's right there to the back bumper. What does he do? So we're coming to 3 to go. He's going to get tight there. He's going to move to the outside lane. He's got some momentum. 3 to go.
Yeah, the pass has to come this time, Gabe, or he's going to be out of time. As they come out of turn number 2, Kuzma being able to hold on to it. The 98, he's running out of time. 2 laps to go. It's got to be now or never for J.R. Shepard. Can he get past Charlie Kuzma through turns number 1 and 2? Penultimate time, and still not quite there. Off the back straightaway, Kuzma going to be able to hold on to it. They head through 3 and 4. White flag going to be in the air this time for Charlie Kuzma. Can he hold on? Shepard's going to have to dive it in deep as they head through 1 and 2. Not quite able to do it there. He's got one more shot at him. They head down the back straightaway, and doesn't look like it's going to be enough. And for Charlie Kuzma, he's going to be able to head to victory lane, and he'll win here at Langley.
Great start to season number 2 here for the Outlaw Modified Series. Flag to flag, no cautions, and Charlie Kuzma walks away with the victory over
And he
J.R.
goes flag
Shepard.
to flag.
Yeah, led the entire race from the pole. I think that's 2 first times for these guys here in the Outlaw Modified Tour. Now, let's see, is he going to try and do some burnouts? Nope, he's just going to park it in victory lane. And my OCD's killing me about where he parked it in victory lane.
Yeah, well, he's parallel with the start-finish line. Now he's going to roll away and possibly do some donuts, I think. Or if he can, the gearing on that car is going to be a little bit higher. I don't know if he's going to be able to do any. He got about 1. He got a donut and a dough, and that's about it.
He got a croissant, is what happened.
Yes. We'll try it again here, but is he? No, he's just going to take a Polish victory lap here around the Langley Speedway. But as he does that, we'll take a look at your full race results here from Langley before we talk to our winner here.
Charlie Kuzma, we see him running around the speedway. He comes away with win number 1 on season 2 here in 2018. J.R. Shepard second in the championship last season. Comes home in second. John Holcomb in third. Donnie Moore in fourth. Mike Holloway rounds out your top 5. Stefan Alphonse in 6th. Kenny Kibbe in 7th. Jay Harden in the 8th position. Great debut for the rookie Eric Nordhoff in 9th. And Matt Shanofsky rounds out your top 10.
And you got Brian Dean, 11th. 12th going to go to Mike Allen. 13th going to go to Todd Liston. 14th to Greg Stafford. John Hain going to finish 15th. And the DNS there for Lowell Jewell was able to get in and run some laps there, but not able to complete. So it's actually going to be a unfortunate night for Lowell there. Not the night he wanted to get started here in the Bootleg Racing League Outlaw Modified Series. But Gabe has made his way down to victory lane, and he's going to catch up with our winner, Charlie Kuzma.
Down here at Langley Speedway Victory Lane, Charlie Kuzma, great start to the 2018 Season 2. Congratulations, Charlie, you're winner number 1.
Thanks, guys. Man, I'll tell you, them last few laps, I don't know how it looked out there, but it was white knuckle in here.
Yeah, we bet. It's you're starting on the pole, and I think this is the first time we've had somebody here on LSRTV in the modified series go flag to flag, and you did it in commanding fashion. Nobody was even able to contend with you up front. They got close, but every time somebody got to your back bumper, they'd start losing it. Did you feel that loose condition all night? Because it looked like you had a pretty planted car.
Yeah, the nice thing about being out front, starting out front, is you can kind of run your own pace and run your own race. And from the very beginning, it was about saving tires. So I would try to maintain a gap to these guys and didn't want to get out there too far and start burning stuff up. I knew JR was faster. I could see JR was faster in practice and was one of the guys I was worried about, and was kind of keeping an eye on the stats and the tracker and watching him come up the ranks. And as soon as he got in behind me there with about 20 to go, I'm thinking, oh man, here it goes. I hope I saved enough, and looks like I did.
Yep, you're able to walk away with the victory. Now, did you think J.R. Shepard or maybe John Holcomb, they got close to you, as I said? Were you expecting a bumper, and it never came? Is that surprising, or do you guys pretty much agree that if somebody's out front, hey, you guys are going to race it pretty clean?
Yeah, I think that's the way everybody normally, it's the unwritten rule that everybody kind of follows. If anything, I'm the guy that usually goofs up and tries to run everybody clean, gets in there too hard, and makes accidental contact. So for everybody to race me clean is great. But, yeah, John was back there, and, I was expecting him at a couple times, or there was a couple times when the car got sideways a little bit, and I'm saying, oh man, I left the door open for him, and I just happened to have enough room there. And then, I know both JR and John are good guys, clean guys. So when JR got up there, I was thinking, he's going to run me hard, but, I really shouldn't have to be worried about getting moved out of the way.
All right, Charlie, congratulations yet again. Anybody you want to thank before we let you go?
Yep. First and foremost, this goes out to my dad. He's recovering from shoulder surgery down in Virginia. This one's for you, Pop. The wife, the kids, the family, everybody kind of checks us out every week. They think it's kind of neat. And thebuttonboxshop.com, of course. Other than that, you guys, Lowell, and for everything that you guys do week in and week out.
All right, congratulations, Charlie. Now, I believe Cisco's caught up with the number 98 machine and J.R. Shepard.
Yeah, catching up with J.R. Shepard down here on pit road, and it was a good night for J.R. Shepard. Started 7th, finished 2nd, but I know you wanted that last one there, J.R. Take us through it, man.
Yeah, it's hard when you see the lead right there and you just can't quite make a move on it. But it was a good run tonight. It was a lot of good racing, green flag, so that was really cool.
I'll tell you what, you look good out there. Had a couple attempts to be able to go grab that lead. The car just seemed like it was a little bit looser than how you wanted. What was it driving like out there?
Yeah, it was track was really slick tonight and hot, and it pushed just a hair getting into the corner, and then as soon as you went to get on the throttle, you just had no forward bite. You just spin the tires off of it. So Yeah, there was 100 laps of trying to save the rear tires, and you could make an attempt for about a lap, but if you missed your opportunity, you weren't gonna get by the guy in front of you.
I'll tell you what, still a respectable day, back to form for you, but sponsor shout-outs, who makes it happen for you in the quick lane Ford there?
Yeah, I like running the quick lane paint scheme on the SK Modifieds, and I want to give a shout out to Charlie for that win. He did a great job tonight, good racing, and John Holcomb for coming home third, and again to Lowell for putting this league together, the Bootleg Racing League. It's a great group of guys. We had a lot of fun racing, and we race hard but clean, so it was a lot of fun tonight, guys.
J.R. Shepard gets the second spot on the podium. We'll see him at Oxford Plains in 1 week time. Congratulations, J.R., and see you then.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Now head over and talk to John Holcomb, who's going to secure that third place position here tonight. And you fell down one there, John, but still put on one heck of a race. But talk us through it. When we talked to JR, he said the track was a little bit slick tonight.
Yeah, she was loose after about lap 3.
I'll tell you what, then I guess he kind of knew what you were dealing with there for the last 97, but still stayed up front for most of the day. Could you just not hold on to the car enough to be able to get to the leader, or what was the toughest thing for you out there?
Well, the toughest thing was you were fighting it coming out of every corner, but I could get up on him, but I just couldn't get around him. It was going to take a mistake. Charlie had a pretty good handle on the track and the car tonight, so I could stay with him, I could get up on him, but I wasn't going to get around him unless he slipped up.
I'll tell you what, a great finish for you and a good way to start the season. Last step on the podium, but sponsors, shout-outs, John, who makes it happen for you?
Well, Bootleg Racing and Lowell makes it happen for me, and I want to say congrats to Charlie and JR. They both made great runs, and congrats to all the guys, because it was a good, clean race, green to green.
All right, well, that's John Holcomb, and he's going to finish third here from Langley. John, congrats, and we'll see you in Oxford in a week here.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
There you have it, Gabe, kicking off the 2018 Bootleg Racing League Outlaw Modified season in style. It's going to be Charlie Kuzma, but overall, final thoughts here from the track in Virginia?
Great race out of here in less than half an hour. These guys flag to flag. Charlie Kuzma as well, green flag, and leads all the laps here. So these guys did one heck of a job here at Langley, and some exciting racing for a flat track with some modifieds. So these guys, and I'm excited to see what season 2 holds. It's going to be more of the same, but it's just going to be a renewed sense of, hey, maybe this year or this season I can win the championship, and that may be somebody like Charlie Kuzma.
We'll just have to see, but the racing action not done here on LSRTV, just kicking off in about 20 minutes or so. It's going to be the USR BNC Lawn and Landscaping Truck Series from the Glen. That kicks off at 10:05 right here on LSRTV and iRacing Live. For more on the Bootleg Racing League, or if you want to put in your app or see what it's all about, you can head to bootlegracingleague.com or find them on Facebook under the Bootleg Racing League. And for more, you can, of course, talk to Lil Jewel on that. But for everybody here behind the scenes, Laura Lawson, DJ Lyon, and Evan Pasoko behind the scenes at LSRTV. And, of course, for the broadcast crew tonight, for Gabe Wood and myself, Cisco Scaramouza, we say good evening from Langley Speedway. And we invite you to stay with us around the turn here on LSRTV, your home for sim racing.